Good morning. So it is a Wednesday for us, and we are heading to the library this morning. Can everyone say hey? Say hey, Chandler. So we are still in our neighborhood. We just pulled out of our driveway, and we are heading to the library. And we are gonna. What are we gonna do at the library? You want to get a new Let It Go Frozen book?
Yeah,
Okay. And are we going to sing and dance? Are we going to do a craft?
yeah.
Yes. Are we going to listen to a story?
Yeah.
Yes. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Chandler, are you excited to go to the library? Do y'all like the library?
Yeah.
Is Miss Renee so fun?
Yeah.
She is so fun. I love Miss Renee. Miss Renee is a trip. She loves to sing and dance. She loves to lead these children. It is definitely something that God led her to do, because I am telling you, she is so good at it. I will try to take a few clips while we're in the library. So we'll see you soon.
I just listen at this.
Are you picking movies out, Chandler?
I am not picking.
You're not done? Okay. It's almost time to go in for story time.
Money on the bus goes clink, 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 clink. The money on the bus goes clink, 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 all through the town. Bumpity bump, bumpity bump. The people on the bus go bumpity bump, all through the town. The people on the bus go bumpity bump, bumpity bump. Bumpity bump, the people on the bus go bumpity bump, all through the town. And he went to the village. Remember how he ran when we said run, turkey, run? He ran to the village. So run. Run. To the village and see if he can get some friends.
Okay, so you'll make a gingerbread man? Alright, let's get your stuff laid out, okay? We need 2 dots for his chest. Yeah? Make 2 dots for his chest. There you go. The green ones. Oh, that's a big piece of glue there, huh? Okay, good job. Now you're going to do his nose. It's okay, it'll dry, bugs. Yep. You're going to put his red nose on. Put your red nose. Down a little bit from his eyes, baby. Tell you to do his red push it in. It'll be okay. There you go. Good job, Gracie. Alright, you gotta make his mouth. This is gonna go on his mouth, so you have to put the glue right here.
That's going to be hard.
Oh, let's share.
Oh. Okay, that's
Good
enough. That's
job.
good.
Now put your yarn on there.
Oh my goodness.
So put your yarn on. Good job. That looks good, Grace. That is the magnet for the back. Good job, Timmy.
My magnets are for that.
Is it still in your bag?
I need to put that right there. They can't help me.
You let him hammer too. Okay, so we are back from the library, and tonight we're gonna have some chicken, and so we're gonna make some homemade rolls to go with those. So I'm gonna show you how I make our homemade rolls, okay? Okay, so the first thing that I do is I get a cup of warm water. Not hot, but just warm. And then get my packet of yeast, and I do the fast rising active yeast. And we'll open it up and pour it into our glass of hot water, warm water. Hot can kill the yeast, so be very careful. So I like to just pour that in there and then stir it up and just kind of let it get mixed up a little bit. And then I will actually let it sit in there for a few minutes. I'll just kind of stir it up a good bit. So now I like to make my rolls in my KitchenAid mixer. So I will be putting everything into my KitchenAid and mixing it up, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna take and get some all-purpose flour, and the dogs are seeing things on the back there. So I'm gonna put 3 cups of all-purpose flour in the mixer. So that would be 3 cups of flour, and then you're gonna get 1/4 of a cup of sugar and pour it into your mixture as well. Then is when you're gonna get your salt. So, okay, so now you're gonna add in 1 teaspoon of salt. I don't always measure exactly. Sometimes I just kind of put it in. And you're also going to add in 1 egg. Okay? Let me get my eggs. Okay, so you add your egg, and I forgot to video that. So then is when I'm going to pour the mixture of yeast water in with our dry ingredients. And we're gonna start mixing. So we're gonna mix that up, and then when we get it pretty well mixed up, we're gonna add in some butter. But I like to mix mine a good little bit before I add the butter in. Okay, so I have it pretty well mixed up. I will show you what it looks like. And now I'm gonna start adding in the butter. So I've got 2 tablespoons of butter cut off here, and what I'll do is I'll just cut little pieces and add it to the mixture. So I feel like it makes it a lot flakier and better if I do it this way. So I just kind of do like this, and I just cut off little pieces and add them in. And then I will mix it all up again and then let it rise. So this is like a little bit of a messy part. If you want to add it in when you put your dry flour in, you can do that. And it does kind of, you can coat it in the flour and it doesn't make as big of a mess, but to me, this works fine. This is just, it's just how I do it. Some people like to melt their butter and add it in. But I just feel like if you've ever had the bread that is like really flaky and you know, kind of like bits of butter in it, I feel like that's what this does. So that's just how I like it. Of course, you know, you do whatever you like, but this is how I kind of like to do it. So the recipe is super simple. It's just a cup of warm water with your yeast. It's 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Then it's a 1/4 cup of sugar, an egg, 2 tablespoons of butter, and a teaspoon of salt. So now that I have that, I'm going to mix that up with the butter in it now. Wash my hands. Okay, so mine I feel like is rather dry. So I'm gonna add more flour in. And there are many times that I don't have to add flour, but most of the time I have to add another 1/3 cup, 1/4 cup, something like that. You don't want it where it's sticking to your hands. You want it to be very easy to make into balls. So try not to get it very sticky. You don't want a real sticky dough. So that's a good sign. But I may actually add some more flour. Okay, so I think it's a pretty good consistency now. So I am actually going to just get it all off the dough hook. And I do use a dough hook when I make it. Now, some people do bread machines, and if you have a bread machine, you can add this recipe to your bread machine and it will work very well too. So I'm just going to take it off. This is what it looks like. So I'm just going to kind of make sure it's in a good ball. And I'm actually going to leave it in this bowl that I mixed it in, and I'm going to put a bread towel over it and let it sit and let it do its first rise. Okay. So it has been an hour and a half now, and we are going to make it into our little balls. I have pre-sprayed my pan. So this is what the bread looks like now. And I like to get some powder sugar. Put some powdered sugar on our bread, because hey, everybody likes powdered sugar. Anyway, so it's not powdered sugar, it's flour. So we're just gonna press down. I'm trying to make it where you can see. I'm gonna press down, kind of squish all the air out of it, and just kind of fold it in, making sure to get all the dough off the sides. And some people do this on a cutting board. But I tend to just put some flour down on my counter that's clean. I just clean it. And I plop my dough down on it. I'm gonna bring you down so you can see what I'm doing after I wash my hands. Okay, so here is our dough. And I'm gonna make 16 little dough balls. So I use my handy dandy pizza cutter. So I'm gonna cut it in half. And then I'm gonna move half of it over. Okay. So then I'm gonna cut this one in half. Try to get it kind of even. So you just keep cutting. So I'm just making my little things so that I can ball them up. Pizza cutters work awesome for this. So that is just what I like to use. It's a pizza cutter. Because that is just like so much easier than using a knife. All right. So once you have these, what you're gonna do is you're gonna make an O with your hand, okay? And you're just gonna start pushing it through, okay? So you get it all through. And then on the back side, you're just gonna kind of make it flat and put it in your pan. So, see, you're gonna make your O, and you're just gonna push it through, okay? Start pushing through. And it will make a little ball, like that. And then I just kind of pinch it and then put it down. So all I'm gonna do is continue making my little balls. Make a hole. I'm just gonna start pushing. So you get it all pushed through. So you can see that's where I'm at. Just keep pushing a little more. And then pinch it together. If your hands seem to be getting a little bit stick to them, just add you some flour and it will be much better. And the more you do them, kind of the faster you'll get. Just start with a little hole, and as you go, your hole will get smaller, and you'll have a little pinch. And there you go. Okay, so we're on our last ball. Push the bottom, put it in. So, I have them all balled up now. Sunshine's in my face. Anyway, I have them all balled up. Wow, the sun is bright right there. So I have them all balled up, and I'm going to put a towel over them again for 45 minutes now, and we'll let them rise for another 45 minutes. Okay, so we have let the bread rise. And we have a crazy kid, but we're gonna put the bread in the oven and bake it for about 15 minutes on 350.
Wait a second. I got pictures. My aunt was mad. She get some mad.
Yeah.
Guys, let's have. Hey guys, let's have these.
So I just got the rolls out of the oven, and I have took a stick of butter and just rubbed it on the tops of them. This is what the bottom looks like, so that means they're done. So rub butter on the top, and then I'll put them back in the oven on low broil, and we'll broil them to brown the top. And this is the finished product. And they are so easy.